Welcome back to Two Wheel Trends, where every ride begins with the thrill of discovery. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated entries in the middleweight scrambler category for 2025 the Triumph Scrambler 400X. This motorcycle marks Triumph's commitment to expanding its reach, particularly in markets where riders crave off-road capability, timeless retro aesthetics, and that unmistakable British flair, all wrapped up in an accessible package that's easy to own, ride, and love. Whether you're a beginner rider looking for your first taste of adventure, or an experienced enthusiast who wants something nimble and stylish, the Scrambler 400X promises a package that's tough to ignore. And in this full review, we're going to take you through every inch of this motorcycle, from how it looks up close to what makes it tick under the tank, how it performs both on the tarmac and off the beaten path, and whether it lives up to its Scrambler legacy. From the moment you first lay eyes on the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X, it's clear this isn't just another retro-inspired bike. It has an identity that feels purpose-built yet undeniably classic. Starting with the front end, the round LED headlamp takes center stage, housed in a matte black shroud that adds a rugged, industrial feel to the otherwise polished face. Triumph has managed to keep things minimal without sacrificing that adventurous charm. Just beneath the headlamp sits a small but effective front fender, which hints at off-road potential, while the tall and wide handlebar setup gives it that signature scrambler stance, ready to take on city streets or gravel trails without a second thought. The aluminum bar and mirrors not only add a touch of style but provide excellent visibility, especially useful when navigating urban traffic or open highways. The beefy 43mm upside-down front forks, finished in a gold anodized coating, immediately add to the visual drama while signaling serious intent when it comes to performance. These Showa forks, with 150mm of travel, mean business. Paired with the 19-inch front wheel shod in Metzeler Crew Street tires, you know this bike isn't just for show. It's designed to grip on various terrains, from wet tarmac to loose gravel. The front braking system features a 320mm disc clamped by a bi-brief 4-piston radial caliper, ensuring you get controlled, progressive braking when you need it most. Shifting our view to the side profile, the Triumph Scrambler 400X carries forward its design DNA with grace and muscle. The tank is a visual highlight, a sculpted 13-liter unit that borrows cues from its bigger siblings, like the Scrambler 900 and 1200. Available in a range of distinctive two-tone finishes, the tank proudly wears the Triumph badge in subtle hand-painted pinstripes that speak to the brand's commitment to craftsmanship. The padded tank grips not only provide functional support for off-road riding but enhance the retro flavor. The triangle section beneath the seat features mesh cutouts, and the exposed frame around the tank gives off that minimal, no-nonsense scrambler attitude. The seat itself is a long, flat unit, a true scrambler signature, upholstered in a rugged material that's both durable and weather-resistant. It's designed to accommodate both rider and pillion comfortably, and with the seat height of 835mm, it strikes a balance between approachability and clearance for mild off-road excursions. The side-mounted high-rise exhaust with brushed stainless steel finish and heat shields is another nod to traditional scrambler aesthetics. It not only looks the part but is tuned to deliver a satisfying rumble that's quintessentially Triumph. A trellis frame painted in black supports the whole setup and gives it a lightweight yet rigid platform that inspires confidence. Whether you're navigating tight city corners or standing up on the pegs in dirt. Looking at the rear, the Scrambler 400X continues to deliver a cohesive and functional design. The LED taillight is neatly integrated into a rear fender that's both stylish and strong, giving off a minimalistic vibe while remaining practical. There's a solid rear grab rail that adds functionality for two-up riding or when loading up for a weekend escape. The rear suspension comes in the form of a gas-charged monoshock with preload adjustability and 150mm of travel, giving riders the ability to fine-tune for comfort or stiffness depending on the ride. The 17-inch rear wheel keeps the proportions in check and is wrapped in the same dual sport rubber as the front A, offering confidence on multiple surfaces. Now let's talk heart A, because that's what truly defines this machine. At the core of the 2025 Scrambler 400X sits a brand new 398cc single-cylinder engine developed in-house by Triumph. This is not a rebadged or borrowed motor, this is a ground-up Triumph unit, built to deliver a distinct performance character. It churns out 40 horsepower at 8,000 revolutions per minute and 37.5 Newton-meters of torque at 6,500 revolutions per minute. What makes this engine special isn't just the numbers, but the way it delivers power. Smooth, linear, and responsive. There's plenty of low-end torque, which is perfect for scrambling through trails or darting through traffic, while the top end has enough pep to keep you engaged on the highway. It's liquid-cooled, fuel-injected, and mated to a 6-speed gearbox that's paired with a slip-and-desist clutch, making shifts buttery smooth and reducing fatigue in heavy traffic. One of the standout traits of this engine is its tractability. It doesn't overwhelm new riders, yet has enough grunt to keep seasoned bikers entertained. Whether you're climbing a rocky path in the countryside or pulling away from the lights in the city, the engine feels lively and connected. There's also ride-by-wire throttle, which means smoother inputs, better fuel economy, and the possibility for future electronic rider aids. Though the Scrambler 400X keeps things refreshingly analog in 2025. When it comes to performance, this bike strikes a unique balance. It's got that ruggedness you want from a scrambler, but it never feels heavy or unwieldy. Weighing in at just 179 kilograms wet, the 400X is light on its feet and easy to manage. The geometry is tuned for both agility and stability, with a wheelbase of 1,418 mm and a rake angle that makes directional changes quick without being twitchy. On paved roads, it handles with poise, leaning into corners with a confidence that belies its semi-off-road focus. The brakes have excellent feel and stopping power, and the dual-channel ABS, which includes an off-road mode, adds an extra layer of safety without intruding on the riding experience. But take it off-road, and the Scrambler 400X comes alive in a different way. Thanks to its long travel suspension, grippy tires, and upright ergonomics, it's perfectly happy tackling dirt tracks, gravel roads, and light trails. You can stand on the pegs comfortably, and the wide handlebars give you the leverage needed to navigate through loose surfaces. The ground clearance is a generous 195 mm, which is more than enough to clear small obstacles without worry. It's not a hardcore enduro machine, but it's a scrambler through and through, made to handle a little bit of everything, and do it with style. One of the biggest achievements of the Scrambler 400X is how refined it feels, despite its rugged intentions. The NVH levels are impressively low for a single-cylinder bike, the vibrations are well controlled, the clutch pull is light, and the throttle response is intuitive. Even after long stints in the saddle, the bike doesn't fatigue you. It encourages exploration, whether that's into new cities or beyond the limits of the road. In terms of features, Triumph has kept it practical. There's a semi-digital instrument cluster that combines a traditional analog speedometer with a digital screen showing gear position, fuel level, trip meters, and more. It's easy to read, simple to use, and fits well with the retro modern theme. There's also a USB-C charging port under the seat, and all lighting is LED. Triumph offers a suite of accessories, from panniers and tank bags to bash plates and handguards, allowing you to tailor the 400X to your needs. Now let's talk numbers. Pricing has been a major point of interest, and Triumph has delivered in that department as well. The 2025 Scrambler 400X is priced aggressively to compete in the hotly contested entry-level and middleweight segment. Depending on the market, pricing hovers around the equivalent of $5,500 to $6,000, which undercuts many rivals while offering superior quality and design. For markets like India and Southeast Asia, where Triumph has partnered with Bajaj for local production, this bike hits a sweet spot of value and prestige. giving buyers the chance to own a British brand with genuine off-road shops at an accessible price. The Scrambler 400X is not just a motorcycle, it's a statement that adventure doesn't have to come with high displacement or heavy price tag, a statement that design, performance, and heritage can coexist in a bike that's easy to ride and even easier to live with. For Triumph, it's more than just an entry into the lightweight segment, it's the start of something exciting, something bold. And for riders, it's an opportunity to own a scrambler that looks like $1 million, rides like a dream, and doesn't empty your wallet. If you've been considering a bike that can handle your daily commute, weekend getaways, and even light trail riding, all while turning heads at every cafe tilde copyright stop at the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X might just be the one. It's approachable, versatile, and packed with the spirit of adventure. And whether you're a fan of retro styling, off-road performance, or just looking for a machine that feels special every time you swing a leg over it, this Scrambler delivers in spades. That's it for today's detailed review here on Two Wheel Trends. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments when you take this Scrambler over something like the Royal Enfield Scram 411, the Honda CL 500, or even the KTM 390 Adventure. We've got more bike reviews, comparisons, and two-wheeled stories coming your way, so stay tuned and keep your throttle steady.